Now, my impression of New York rental rates, especially Manhattan, it is probably one of the highest in the world. They are unaffordable.
Value for money consciousness of our Indian mindset, which is I'm bloody paying 10,000 here. For 10,000, I can buy a house which is $1 million.
You will pay through your nose, and all you will get is less than a matchbox to stay.
So in a pre-war building, because you got to walk up and down, there is no doorman, etc., it costs little less.
Indians who work in New York, in Manhattan, they don't stay in Manhattan at all. They just go across the river to New Jersey.
Just cross the street and go to Columbia. Right. The same house will be 7,000.
You don't remember your 2,000 rupees Delhi place?
Boss.
Now, my impression of New York rental rates, especially Manhattan, it is probably one of the highest in the world. They are unaffordable. And when I say unaffordable, it means that you will pay through your nose and all you will get is less than a matchbox to stay in. Is that true? And what is the kind of rental rates for our viewers? Can you help us understand? Kitna milta hai? 1,000 square feet was the smallest place I've stayed. It was a two-bedroom flat in Mumbai, which coming from Delhi, I thought कि बॉस इतने छोटे घर में कैसे रह सकते हो?
So if I rent my place, which is a little over 1,000 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, etc., I get probably 5,000 US dollars. Okay. So this is the Harlem area.
Two bedroom, two bath, and tell me, will it be 1,000 square feet or will it be more like
A
600
thousand,
square
a
feet?
little more than 1,000. Okay, 1,100
Okay,
kind of area. That is my current apartment.
so $5,000 per
5,000 per month.
month. You don't remember your 2,000 rupees Delhi place?
Boss, given a choice, I would probably go back to Munirka and live there right now.
5,000, is that par for the market, or you were saying upper east, lower east? Kuch hai?
This is, I will call it the median rate. Okay, not the average, but the median for
Okay.
New York is 5,000. But if you just cross the street and go to Columbia, right, the same house will be 7,000. I am not kidding.
Is it?
7,000.
Wow.
Same house. Okay, so this is a gentrified neighborhood. So we still are, you can call it, we are getting a discount or they are getting a premium. But the point is, there is an arbitrage opportunity right here. Okay, you got to pick and choose.
And this is all up north, in the north part of
Correct,
Manhattan.
correct.
नीचे अगर आओ, if you start coming back middle,
हाँ.
park के नीचे भी और आ जाओ, फिर
So
कितना है?
Manhattan is very simple.
For the
No,
same.
there is Central Park which is dividing the north and south. Correct. So Pura South is Midtown and downtown. Downtown jayega, you still can get. The point here is this, Miglani. Interestingly, I can get a two-bedroom house for 6,000. I can get a two-bedroom for 12,000. It depends on the quality a little bit. In other words, walk up, for example. So this is now we are talking about a little more subtlety of New York, which is pre-war versus post-war. Pre-war buildings, when there were no fire codes, etc., the fire escapes, there is no elevator in the building, and the fire escapes were not there. So those buildings now you would actually, when you walk in New York, you will see stairs outside of the building, metal staircases. Those are pre-war. If I pick up pre-war, I'll probably pay 6,000 in the midtown or lower parts. And a two-bedroom can be 800 square feet also.
So those stairs are the only stairs? I thought they were fire escapes. We've seen them in so many TV shows.
That's a fire escape, but it's called the walk up, meaning inside the building there is no elevator. You walk up all the four stairs. Okay, so the pre-war buildings are limited to 4 floors. One, two, three, four. There is no ground. One, two, three, four, four, or maybe one more, 5 floors. And the stipulation was you don't need a fire escape for pre-war, but you need to have an elevator if it goes more than 5. So in a pre-war building, because you got to walk up and down, there is no doorman, etc., it costs little less. The same area, if you have a modern building, it can cost anywhere between 10 to 12. For example, Hudson, along the riverside Hudson, which is one of the sought after areas, you get fantastic views of the river and all that stuff. Easily 10 grand a month, 1,000 square feet.
And is it true, Pilutla, that a lot of people, especially Indians, who work in New York, in Manhattan, they don't stay in Manhattan at all. They just go across the river to New Jersey.
In fact, that's where we have some pockets. Doesn't mean it's necessarily cheap. There are a couple of places. One is Edison, New Jersey. One is I forgot the name. These are where the wealthy folks or a little more well-off folks will stay. It's a fancy house. I mean, you got New Jersey is it's called a garden state. It's beautiful. The landscaping and all is fabulous. However, that's where they gravitate. They just move, and then Short Hills, New Jersey is one of the area. Fancy houses, real fan, almost like the Northwood houses that I saw in London.
Is it very much like then that okay, I can't stay in a two-bedroom flat anymore. I've got family, so let's go to a five-bedroom house.
Partly that, and partly value for money consciousness of our Indian mindset, which is I'm bloody paying 10,000 here. For 10,000, I can buy a house which is $1 million. Mortgage wise, it will be the same. And for that, what am I getting? In fact, that's what we are contemplating. If I move up north, I can get a 1 acre lot of which the house would be close to 3,000 square feet and my mortgage would be 10,000 a month. And what do I get? My own backyard, my own grill, my own, let's say, den, game room, whatever it is. 3,000 square feet is a lot. Three times my house.
But you won't get the vibrancy of the New York City. I don't think Pilutla. Uh, yeah, I moved from suburbs to the city because I just missed the vibrancy.
So that is what it is. The value of non-planning is what I call it. Meaning, in fact, we were just discussing. I just want to go out and have a beer. I can just step out. There is a
Yes,
place called Ellington, which is right by the river. I can aram say, that's my backyard. I mean, I'm paying through my taxes. My point, KDI, is this: in the long run, it all is the same. You live in Queens, you live here. It's fundamentally the same, right? I'll give you a simple example. New Houston, I was living. Guess my rent, $450 per month. Today, the same house probably is $1,000, no more. And I don't pay state income tax. And my cost of living, food, everything is pretty low. 8 years I was there, and I'm here in New York, and people laugh. And what makes you live in Manhattan, etc.? Life is, it evens out. Whatever I save there, I pay through my nose out here. But now I've got Central Park in my backyard. I want to go for a run. Who can run in Central Park? I mean, how often I can run, I can bike, I can do whatever. It's 850 acres of land right under my nose. How much can I buy with my money, right? So it all works out to be just the same. I can go to a Michelin star restaurant or I can just go to a hole in a wall, It's just your choice.